Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Marathon Mondays with Mal. Down in the paint department at the mothership. I was just doing a little bit of last-minute research. That's kind of how this show goes sometimes because we are live 9 a.m. every Monday. That's Pacific time, 9 a.m. There's all kinds of stuff going on. We're down in the paint department this morning. I got a lot of things to show you. But if you have any questions or any comments, throw them at Abigail. She's with us this morning. John on the camera. So yeah, I'd love to take some of your questions. I want to hear about this Florida show, you guys. Tell me about the Florida show. Tell me about your experiences down there. If you have any questions from there. Of course, Marathon had 1375 amongst other coaches, but 1375 is really exciting because that's the new H3 shell that's coming to us. So it's the first of its kind, and we were the first converter to have it converted to a luxury home for you. Anyway, 1375 is pretty cool. If you were down in Florida, let me know. If you have any comments or questions, let me know, because we're going to walk around the paint department. I'm talking 100 miles an hour, and I'm ready to go. Let's look at this. This right here is a good example of one of the things we talk about a lot on Marathon Mondays. Why you should choose a Marathon and why you should choose the Prevost chassis that Marathon builds on. Because they last a long time. If maintained properly, you will see that they last a long time, several owners over several decades. This coach is a good example. Here's a coach that's getting repainted. So it checked a lot of boxes for the new owners and they wanted to repaint it. And so bam, there you go. As you can see, it's gonna be painted almost in the same motif that it was before. I don't think motif is the right thing, but anyway, it is going to be repainted. And as you can see, one of the most important things, probably the most important thing of painting a coach is the prep. Prepping a coach to be painted gotta be one of the most important things that you can do, because if it's prepped properly, the paint will last and have longevity. And that's what you want in a Prevost chassis, is the longevity of the product, not just the actual chassis, but the house build on the inside and the exterior paint. Very important. All right, let's go this way. This coach right here, as it's in shell prep, so this is part of the shell prep for paint. One of the cool things about this, and we're gonna go over by Ryan Fox's office and check out the rendering that this coach is gonna be painted into, but this is an X3, you guys, and the entire stainless is going to be painted over. And some of you would say, well, why would you want an X3 and paint over all the stainless? It's custom coach, you guys. It is a custom coach, so whatever the owner wants, that's what we do. And so it's going to be exciting to see all these stainless ribs. As you can see here on the side of the X3, all the stainless ribs actually painted. I'll let you go through, John, and I'll follow you through. I don't ever want to miss seeing these. I know at the front of the show, John probably showed you a shot of those, but the paint samples, I just love this room and how we've grown it with all of the samples. Gosh, there's a couple of really cool ones in here. Oh, they're all pretty darn cool. John's getting a good shot of these right now. Yeah, very cool. All right, you guys, if you have any comments or questions, throw them at Abigail and she'll stop me as we're going around here. Got a couple of things to look at in here, and I think we're gonna walk through service. So I wanna make a point about our service department. All right, let's go down here. Sounds like they're actually spraying in there. There we go. So Ryan's got that rendering up. Ryan, what coach number is that?
It's 1376.
1376. That's the shell that we just saw in shell prep. And what you see right there, very nice. That's very cool. That is going to be that coach, you guys. It is completely painted on the stainless, except the rub rails from what I see. That's pretty cool. Yeah, 1376. So keep your eyes out for that one, because that is going to be something really unique. Here's 1374. Excuse me. Let's go look at the back of this. This is the one we saw. Okay, and this is so the coach that we were just seeing, the stainless coach, the X3 that's completely painted, I believe this is the trailer for that coach. So we're gonna be doing a trailer at the same time. Here's more paint samples. Gosh, that one's cool, John, look at that. Look at all the texturing in that. You know, there's a lot of coaches out there that are great paint jobs. Our competitors, great paint jobs. We all do. This industry is just knocking it out of the park with these beautiful paint jobs. I feel like Marathon has really, really stepped it up. From the American flag coach, there's a rendering of the eagle from the front of it, to something as dynamic as this. I mean, we have done some amazing paint jobs over the last couple of years. This industry really is setting the standard when it comes to toys that are painted. Boats, motorcycles, trailers, things like that. Or you could go with something really sharp and a little bit more toned down, like this coach. Great lines on this coach. Very classy. Are you guys seeing a trend out there that blue is in? Whether it be, I think this is the blue that's in my opinion. It's kind of a Tar Heel blue. It matches my shirt today. I don't know, I can dig it. Let's go over through service, John. I want to show everybody something. Watch this front of the trailer here, John, when you walk through here. Abigail, throw us any questions if you've got them. Oh, you've got a question? Okay. Let's do it right here while we're in here. We can use the front of this coach as a backdrop. Go ahead.
It's our friend Ron. He said, if I can go back and find his question. Oh, yes.
We can walk as we talk. Let's go this way.
Do most customers pick their own paint designs, or does the Marathon paint team come up with the paint designs?
So a lot of these designs are dictated by the customers. Our designers, Sarah Fiddler and Pete Sutton, work with the owners, work with the clients that are custom ordering these coaches to make sure they get exactly what they want. And that's really an important part of the customization process, is that you're able to, there you go, you're able to do that custom statement. And here's why I say that's so important. We've talked about it briefly on the show over the years, but you know, in these coaches, most people don't get to see the inside of your coach. But one of the things that you can share with the public is your exterior paint. What do you have your coach painted at? You know, that's what you can share. You're not going to let them into your home and let them see, you know, the water closet and, you know, your bedroom. Some people you will, but not everybody. You're sharing the exterior with everybody as you drive, as you park, in photos. So, you know, what you have on the exterior of your coach is very personal and also something that you share with everybody. So that's a really a cool way to be able to show off your style and your preference. I think we got another question coming here.
This is a question that I can almost guarantee you don't know the answer to because I don't know the answer either. How many gallons of paint is used?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
have
gonna
no
tell you right
idea.
now, how many gallons of paint are used depends on the complexity of the. So 74.2
Okay.
is the answer. How many gallons of paint? You guys, it all comes down to complexity. Um, yeah. So I'll tell you what, the correct answer is enough for the job. I love
It's
this.
actually a great question because you kind of brought up. Do you remember the McDonald's coach? Remember that?
Yeah, that's what I did my CDL testing on.
Someone, Nicholas asks, do you do custom murals on the back?
Absolutely.
Uh-huh.
Custom murals has been a thing that we've done on coaches for many, many years. Marathon celebrating its 40th anniversary this year. You'll see marathons that are out there on the road, especially those from the late 80s to early mid 90s. Those coaches in those eras, we did all kinds of murals, you guys. And yeah, the McDonald's, there is a coach out there that was previously owned and originally owned by someone who had several McDonald's franchises, and they ghosted in some of the McDonald land characters, from Ronald to Mayor McCheese. Look at this detail, John. This is one of the things that I'm really proud of Marathon doing over the last couple of years. But fine details like that in a kind of a throwback. You can see that on several coaches over the last year to year and a half. I'm a pinstriping fan, so, or you can see something more. This is what I would call a traditional coach. I believe this is a 2019, but this is, and I do love this paint job because it'll never go out of style. You know, some people, they'll look at this paint job and say, oh, it's too aggressive for me. Well, Marathon does both, and where John is, if you want to do a 360, John is showing you guys, you know, more of a traditional paint job right there. And then over where I'm standing, something a little bit more dynamic and aggressive, for the lack of a better term, in a coach like this. Just, yeah. I love going down to the paint department because there's always something going on. And to be able to see an X3 getting ready to paint, where we paint over all the stainless, that's pretty darn cool. Take a look at this. Abigail just said this is fun, and she's exactly right. Is it magenta? But you know what stands out to me is look at how this paint job is held up. The stainless looks beautiful. It's definitely been polished lately. Very cool. This is the Prevost chassis, you guys. This is why you want to get into the Prevost chassis. For those of you, let's walk this way, John. I want to boogie out. Let's go down this way. I want to show one more thing before we get out of here. Stick with us, you guys. As Woody would say, stick with us. It's brilliant. So here's the thing. You know, down here in our service department, we're looking at brand new coaches. That's $12.95 right there. Good morning. I know. $13.56 right in front of us. And then what we saw was, you know, a coach that's 25 years old. And that's the beauty of the Prevost chassis, the longevity of the Prevost chassis. So another thing I want to state to you is if you don't own a Marathon service departments can also service non-marathons. You want to check with each individual service center, whether it be Florida, Texas, or of course where we are in Oregon, because like right now, today in service, we've got a couple of brands that are not marathons, like this coach right here. Yeah, And as you can see, just from the style, we're not going to go into the coach, but as you can just see from the style, this is not a Marathon. And but we service it here. One of the things that Zach is doing in it is he is redoing the entire, well, Jeff, would you call it a Crestron system in this coach? Okay. It is? Oh, okay. So, and it takes several hours to reprogram. It's not just the reprogramming, but it's a lot of hardware changes. So, but getting everything from the blinds and the lights. But it is definitely something that's possible in an older coach. I believe this is an Outlaw, as you can see right here. So, but anyway, everybody, and you know, I walked through this coach. There's some really cool elements about this coach. You're never going to hear me talk bad about anyone in this industry because everybody builds a nice coach. It's just, we've talked about the benefits of what Marathon does better than the competition, and that's why I'm here to show you why you would want to choose a Marathon. I wanted to look in this bay. Very cool, very cool. All right, let's walk outside and end this show. If there's any more questions that that we should answer, Abigail, let's do it now.
Well, I don't have any major questions at the moment, but I did want to bring something up that was pretty fun.
Okay, give me one more second. I want to show you guys a top upgrade. If you have a coach that's, I don't know, in that 10-year-old range, 10 to 15-year-old range, you probably have a Crestron tablet that's like this. Big and bulky, and for this one, dusty. But here's the deal, you guys. These things are big and bulky. They're expensive to replace. One of the best upgrades you can make at a service center with Marathon is bring your coach in, of course, make an appointment, but go with the iPad integration, you guys. The iPad integration is one of the things that you can do that adds value to your coach. You're not always going to own that coach. And if you do, I applaud you. But getting rid of these, which they do work and they handle the job, but upgrading to the iPads is one of the top things you can do that translates to the next owner and the next owner, and it adds value. Some things like even changing out upholstery, sometimes that doesn't even add value to the coach for the next owner. It adds value to you because it's customizing it and reimagining it for you. But the iPad integration, TV upgrades, these are the important things that add enjoyment and value to the coach, not just for you, but the next owner. Okay, let's boogie. We're gonna head on down here. Abigail, you had one for us?
Hi. Okay, is this on? Sorry, I keep messing it up. It wasn't a question per se. It was when someone brought up murals, I thought it was pretty cool. It definitely was from like maybe the 80s, late 90s. Down in Indio, someone did a wraparound mural of like a beach scene with like whales and stuff. And it just goes to show that we will literally do anything for the customer.
Okay, and so that is a good point. Abigail, if you guys didn't hear all the way, was talking about a mural that someone saw down in Indio that we had done historically with, you know, like a beach scene and it wrapped around the entire coach. That was a really big theme back in the 80s and 90s that is still on a lot of coaches, and that's an example of what we will do for owners. You know, the American flag coach, that's coach 1366 that we did, that's kind of in that same similar sniff, if you will, as doing, you know, a wraparound motif of the beach with whales. It's what the customer excuse me, it's what the customer wanted. And it's created quite a buzz in the industry because it's such a unique coach. It's not a wrap. It is an actual paint job with, you know, airbrushed quality, beautiful artwork on the front and the back. And of course, if you look really, really close to the sides and the flag portion of that coach, that's 1366, you can see even thread where it looks like, it makes it look like it was actually a sewn flag, hand stitched. It looks like it's got sewing thread. All right, you guys, that's about it. I think we're gonna get out of here. It has been raining this morning here at the mothership, but hey, we're Oregonians. If we can't make a coach in the rain, we're not making coaches. Be yourself and do good things. Have a good week. Reach out to me. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and I've got more information on that beautiful 1375 and the H3s to come. MalW, M-A-L-W, at marathoncoach.com. That's how you can get a hold of me. Thank you to all of you, and thank you to the paint department and the service department for letting us run amok today. Take care of yourselves. I want to hear your feedback on the Prevost show down in Florida. I didn't get to go this year. Hopefully I get to go next year, so I'll see you guys soon.